Hello and welcome to Film Days. Today I want to show you how you manage to get film onto your large format camera, which is something after I got this camera, I soon discovered that it was not as easy as I thought, being used to loading 35mm film in rolls onto small cameras. I discovered a completely new world, and I found out that it was probably for me the hardest part of the whole process, getting film onto the camera. So you start from sheet film, which comes in boxes, little boxes like these. These boxes have those black inserts to protect the film, and this is empty, but normally you will, when you buy a new box of film, you will get a package of film in a sealed bag, and you need to cut the bag, extract your film very carefully, one sheet at a time, making sure you do not touch the emulsion, not leave any fingerprints or scratches. And then you need to mount your film onto those holders, and then when you go out and shoot, you insert the holder into the camera. Sounds pretty easy, right? Except that you have to do everything in total darkness, because the film is obviously unexposed and sensitive to light. If it gets even a little bit of light, it's not good anymore. It's burned. You will have light streaks, or it will be completely white in the end. So you need to do all this process in complete darkness, starting from your film inside the bag, inside the box, and you need to go from here to here. Again, this must be done in complete darkness, so you either have a very, very dark room, I mean completely dark, or you can use one of these very convenient changing boxes. Essentially, this is a black bag, and it has an opening here with some Velcro and a strap. And you open the strap, you put your film, box of film in, and your holders. Then you close the zip, close the Velcro, and then you need to put your arms in the bag. Better if I roll my sleeves up. Insert them in here. One arm. And then the other arm. Try to find the opening. And then you do everything without looking. And this is really the hardest part. Of course, you cannot see what you're doing. You have to manipulate your box, open your holders, insert the film. And the first times it's difficult. Your hands start sweating, and when your hands are wet, everything gets more difficult, especially if the holders or the film is wet. It will not slide into the holder easily, so make sure everything is perfectly dry. I always wash my hands and dry them very carefully. I always dry my holders if they're empty. I use a blow dryer, a hair dryer, to make sure that the holders are completely dry, and this is especially important, dust-free. So now I'm going to show you how I do this in the open, not in the bags, to show you how the operation is done. But remember, you have to do it in the changing bag or in a completely dark room. So this is how you mount a 4x5 sheet like this one into its holder for taking photos. So of course you have to do this all in the dark. I normally do it in a changing bag, so I cannot see what I'm doing. And so it's very important to prepare everything beforehand, so you know where to find everything in the dark. Normally the sheets will be in the box. I'm not showing the box here. Let's just assume that I've found the sheet, that I have it in my hands, and when holding the sheet, I am careful to hold it by the sides like this, not to touch the emulsion, and I try to find with my right finger, I try to find the notches here. When the notches are on the top right, like in this case, this indicates that The side that is facing me is the emulsion, and I need to put it in the holder with the emulsion facing up. So here's my holder, and in the dark I would slide out the dark slide, not completely, just partially, that's fine, and I open the tab here. Then I take my sheet and I carefully insert it below the guides. You have to maybe use your thumbs to make sure that it slides under the guides. Then you go all the way in, making sure not to touch the surface. You close the tab, reinsert the dark slide, turn the little hook here to avoid that it slides out inadvertently. Then you turn around and you do the same thing with another sheet.